a good example of a project that is built with an architectural firm, GBD Architects, and friendships. The design principal over there, Kyle Anderson, that we've known for 24 years, basically. And so relationships in this business are very important, right? And then the trust and the idea of being able to create something new, right? So when we competed for that project, even though we were friends, we actually competed for the project against other companies in Portland. And then the goals of that is basically literally creating a place, creating a community. That project is in an area that was designed in the 70s, which was the concept of the business towers, parking lots. You drive, you park, you go to your office, you come down, you drive, and you go back to the suburbs, right? This has changed now, as we all know. So suddenly we have a building with parking lots all around it that gets transformed into a community, into a neighborhood, and it's basically just the spark plug for the growth that we anticipate having in that whole area. You need somebody to start, so having the developer, American Assets, and the architect, and the landscape architect, and the whole team have a belief in being able to create something that then can give root to a new neighborhood is just really exciting. It's a really good vision, and at the same time being completely sustainable. All the different elements that are part of that design, truly is translating 3 blocks of asphalt and cars into 3 blocks of people and bicycles and biohabitats and all different things that create a new place. But we didn't really want it to be like name, like letters, J, K, L, N, B, something or other, right? And so we just sat and said, what is it that we do? Why is it that we practice? What is at the core of our desire to be doing this? Why are we creating this studio? What is it that we want to achieve? And then the conversation led us to say, well, we create place. We create places for people to enjoy. I said, well, that should be our name, Place. I think the important thing about it is that all of them are a result of friendships. So our studios in Singapore, our studios in Beijing, our studios in Seattle started not necessarily because of a business model, but of a friendship model. So what does that mean? The people that lead each one of those areas are people that we knew before we decided to open a studio in each one of these cities, or are people that have worked in Portland and have been with us in Portland, so they know the culture, they understand how we work, they believe in how we want to do things. Beyond that, I think that it's a lot of communication. One of the things that Carol stresses all the time is transparency and instant communication. So anything in the studio is kind of dealt with as it occurs, and I think that has allowed us to then be very effective at maintaining what we want to do and how we want to do it. The answer would be that, as Carol was mentioning, when we started the studio, there were a couple of goals in mind. One, the design was integral and essential and at the center and at the core of our work. That art was also a big influencer on how we do things. And art by meaning working with somebody else, or by us also doing our own art and our own creation of what many times when you're a landscape architect is considered somebody else's job, if you will, right? Many times as a landscape architect, you do an idea and your client says, oh, that's great, let's hire an artist. And you kind of say, well, I just gave you the idea. I am the artist. I want to do this. So this is what we're interested in doing. And then reaching out, being able to participate and teach is a very important way. So all of those things, while working with the community, I think allow us to remain current, and us to understand what other people are doing, which is always very important. And I think in our profession, seeing what's happening around us is important to see. And then understanding how then you take that and give it your own personal touch, right? And I think that that's what makes it then, new, right? There's the school. I think the school is a great influencer on confident understanding what's cutting edge, right? Because you go to the school and you're working with young people, 23, 24, 25-year-old young students that think about the world in a completely different way, And then what's so good about that is that it opens your eye and you realize that sometimes you'll be thinking about the same task in a very similar manner because you've been doing it forever and ever. I've been doing landscape architecture for 31 years now. So
it really is more about people. Like Mauricio said earlier, the name of the company is PLACE, but it really is place for people, making great places for people. But one of the first places that we need to make is our own studio. And then we have to replicate that. And the way you do that is by connecting to people. So our studio, our people, our family comes first. And then if that is going really well, then we're going to be able to extend that relationships and connections to our clients, who are also our friends. Like Mauricio said, those are friendships that we have made. So the networks in Beijing, networks in Singapore, in Tokyo, or Bogota are the people that we have known for decades. And we enjoyed each other personally and professionally. And if the project opportunity comes up that we can work together, fabulous. You know, and if it doesn't and some time passes by, when the opportunity comes up again, it's just like if no time has passed. So it's really fun for us. We really believe that we want to strongly connect the world of academia and the students and give back to the community. So majority of our work is for public projects where we enjoy working with the clients and engaging the people of all different parts of the world.